I'm here today to announce the appointment of David Weiss as a special counsel, consistent with the Department of Justice regulations governing such matters. In keeping with those regulations, I have today notified the designated members of each House of Congress of the appointment.
And just like that, the fix is in. Hello, America. I'm Todd Starnes, in for Greg Kelly. Merrick Garland announcing earlier today that the man who colluded with Hunter Biden's lawyers to work out a sweetheart plea deal has now been appointed special counsel to investigate the president's son. Folks, this stinks worse than a backed-up porta-john at a chili cook-off. An attorney for Hunter Biden told the New York Times they had had full faith in the investigation. Well, of course they did. The cake is already baked. Congressman Jim Jordan, the chairman of the House Judiciary, who is also investigating Joe Biden, condemned the move, calling it more about obstruction, less about justice. David Weiss can't be trusted, and this is just a new way to whitewash the Biden family's corruption. Weiss has already signed off on a sweetheart plea deal that was so awful and unfair that a federal judge rejected it. Well, Hunter Biden was expected to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor counts of willful failure to pay federal income tax as part of a plea deal to avoid jail time on a felony gun charge. Now, that deal fell apart, leading to the special counsel. Now, had a regular American face similar charges, well, they would have been spending at least a decade in jail. Do you see how all of this works? It's a two-tier justice system. But there are some new developments in Hunter's plea deal. In a court filing today, we learned that the negotiations are at a standstill. The parties have engaged in further plea negotiations, but are at an impasse. The government now believes that the case will not resolve short of a trial. So, will we get a chance of justice with Hunter Biden, or will this end just like everything else it seems to do when it comes to the Bidens? Ignored and swept under the rug, with the establishment media paying no mind to it at all. Now, besides the sheer absurdity of the special counsel's appointment, there are also lots of questions over the legality of appointing Weiss. You see, the rules say you cannot be selected as a special counsel if you work for the government. Just take a look here. The special counsel shall be selected from outside the United States government. And Weiss works for the government. His name shouldn't be anywhere close to this conversation. But this could be just another ploy the DOJ is running in order to protect the Biden family. CBS News reported this earlier today.
A former federal prosecutor I spoke to just before this event said to me the appointment of a special counsel would have the effect of delaying a resolution on the Hunter Biden matter, in his opinion. And it would certainly delay any anticipated testimony from the U.S. attorney in Delaware to Republicans on Capitol Hill who have been seeking that testimony for several months.
And folks, we can't even call this a cover-up because the Biden Justice Department is not even trying to cover anything up. It's all out in the open. They're literally thumbing their nose at the American people. And why are they doing that? Well, they know they can get away with it. I mean, how many times have Republicans had the opportunity to step in and put a stop to the Soviet-style behavior of Garland and his henchmen at the FBI? How many times? They cracked down on law-abiding gun owners. The Republicans did nothing. They staged pre-dawn guns-drawn raids on pro-life leaders. And again, the Republicans did nothing. They even went after parents who complained about their kids being taught deviant behavior in the classroom, and still, the Republicans did nothing. Now, the Democrats tried to sabotage Donald Trump's presidential campaign in 2016. They tried to overthrow a duly elected president on trumped-up charges. They staged a guns-drawn raid at Mar-a-Lago. Lots of indignation, but Republican leadership seems either unwilling or unable to defend President Trump or do what is right by the American people. Instead, they sit back and they watch the swamp and the establishment media spin lies and convict Trump in the court of public opinion, because according to them, Trump is the true threat to democracy, not the double standard of justice in our country.
I happen to believe Donald Trump is a threat to democracy.
Donald Trump is a threat to democracy.
Trump's threat to democracy, we've seen it happen over and over, and there's a pattern.
Donald Trump is a threat to democracy and should be prosecuted.
All right, I've got to take something back here. No, the Republicans have done something. They've held lots of hearings, lots and lots of hearings. They issued lots of statements, too. But as of 10 o'clock Eastern, not a single Biden official has been impeached. No one has been held accountable. But you got to give the Republicans credit. They can, man, throw one heck of a great hearing. Meanwhile, there is a glimmer of good news. Congressman Greg Steube of Florida has introduced articles of impeachment against Joe Biden, with 4 articles: bribery and extortion, obstruction of justice, fraud, and financial involvement in drugs, and sweet mercy, prostitution, America. But for now, we're supposed to feign surprise that the Democrats picked a Biden family BFF to take the reins of the case. This guy's no Perry Mason, folks. Biden knows that Republicans can't do anything. They're not going to do anything. And the media, they're not going to do anything. And this is what a two-tiered justice system looks like. So now we wait, because if history has taught us anything, when anyone tied to the Biden family is accused of wrongdoing, guess what happens? The Biden Justice Department almost immediately unleashes another phony indictment against former President Trump.